What about if you were that one?
Just undercoat or what?
It's just house paint undercoat. Yeah. Okay, to do this board this size I need 600 mils of resin, or 300 of resin and 300 of hardener. It's a 50-50 mix.
And where do you get that from?
Different places. This one's Solid Solutions in Melbourne, but I do use different ones.
Nowhere in Brisbane?
There is one in Brisbane called Barnes, and they have an excellent resin as well.
Oh, okay.
They're in West End.
Right.
They have one called Epoxy glass, and I've used that as well.
Yeah.
And it's also a very good resin.
So it's 50-50 mix?
Sorry?
It's a 50-50 mix.
Yeah, that's 300 mils of resin and 300 mils of hardener.
Yeah.
And now that I've mixed the two together, I've got to stir it for 2 minutes. Can someone time me for 2 minutes, please? You're videoing down the ground down. The colours, they're the colours I'm going to use.
And what sort of paint is it?
Some of it is, mostly I use pigments that are especially made for resin. You can use acrylic paint as well though. Any acrylic paint will work, just that I prefer to use the ones that are especially made for resin. Some of this liquid and some powder.
That'll be about 2 minutes.
All right. So that's in about 2 minutes. So.
Yeah, I'll see you next weekend. Oh, Monday. See you Monday.
Okay. So now I'm going to mix my colours in. This one's called Sunflower. It's a beautiful colour. And you don't need a lot of colour. It's about a 5 to 10% colour to resin. So you just need a little bit. So a little bit goes a long way. And you put that in and then you mix it up. That's one colour. Next I'll use, this one's called Burnt Umber. It's a lovely chocolate colour. So I just dip my popsicle stick in, mix it up. Lovely colour, that's a Barnes one. That's the company in West End. And it's Burnt Umber, and it's the beautiful chocolate colour. And next I'm going to, this is a powder pigment. It's Iridescent Red Copper. That's a Langridge, which is a Melbourne company. They make a lot of pigments, and this one's powder. And I'm going to put, the powder you need to put a little bit more in. So I'm going to put that much in. I'm also going to put a bit of, this is called white sparkle powder in that. It's fairly iridescent anyway. See how it disperses? When I do it at home, I do it under an extraction fan, so I don't breathe it in. So this is a gorgeous colour too. Powders you need to mix a little bit more, because if you don't mix it in properly, you might have little lumps in it.
Gorgeous colour.
It is beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. Gorgeous, isn't it? Next I'm going, this one's an iridescent gold, and when I bought this I promptly dropped it on the floor and broke the lid. And probably got cat hair in it as well. But it's a beautiful colour, but the lid can't be used, so I just keep the plastic on it. That's a Langridge colour as well.
Was that powder?
That's powder, yeah. And that's a Melbourne company.
So what do you call them? Epoxy paints?
It's epoxy resin.
Epoxy
and
resin.
these are just pigments. They're different.
Pigments for
Yeah, some
epoxy.
you can use powder pigments, you can use pastes, and you can use inks, special inks for. That's an ink. I'm not using that one today, but that's an ink. It's called a transparent epoxy resin dye.
And you can mix it with the paint.
Yes. Yep. So this is going to be fairly like an iridescent sort of one. Look at that gold. Isn't that a beautiful colour?
It's fairly hot, so I suppose it'll set fast.
Yes, it does. Yeah, a resin does set faster when it's hot. Usually you have about 40 minutes working time, so I don't know how much I'll have. This is also another powder one. This is a metal pigment powder, copper.
Yeah.
So
Every 10 degrees will double the reaction time of any chemistry. So
Scientists tell us.
it'll be setting twice as fast if
lucky
it's
we've
10
got a
degrees
house
hotter.
scientist here that knows all these
that's
things.
good, isn't it?
I note the sarcasm.
He tells me all these things.
Yes, yes.
I'm very lucky.
And then I say, you needed to know that.
Of course.
So where do we get one of you?
You can't have him, he's mine. Everyone always says that. So that's copper.
Beautiful.
And I'm going to mix white here. And I like, there's two whites that I find are really good for getting lacing. And one of them is this Solid Solutions white pigment paste. So about that much. The other good one is an Art Tree Creations one called Iceland White. That's also an excellent white for getting lacing.
I mean, what way do you use these? Is it gesso or is it jewellery or what?
No, I don't. I have it as like a wall hanging or tables. I've got a few tables in there, and I've got some paintings upstairs in the exhibition upstairs. I've got 6.
Look fantastic.
Yeah. So that's the white mixed. So I'll just give this a bit of a wipe down where the powder pigments are. I'm not going to worry about where the resin is because I'm going to be covering it with resin anyway. Okay, I'll start with the brown. I usually start with a darker colour. You don't have to. There's no set way of starting. You know, you can. This is vinyl, so it's really a good thing to work on. So you pour it on, and you can pour it on in any fashion that you want.
Have you got any plan in mind or you're just going?
No, I'm just being spontaneous. You can work with a plan, but because it's a fluid medium, you probably won't get exactly what you want, but you can get an approximate idea. You know. So I'll just leave that there to drain a bit. Next I'll do this one. Give it another bit of a stir before it's starting to get warm. I can feel it in my hand. It's starting to warm up. It sort of warms up as it's curing. Feel warm?
When it cures, it also shrinks, which is not a problem with a round thing. But if you paint a rectangle that's sufficiently long, it'll turn it into a banana. So in that case, with a rectangle, you need to brace it before you paint.
Brace the baby.
Yeah.
Oh, do the yellow next.
Looks like it might be a bit of a Gayle Frank happening. Gayle Frank.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you know him?
Oh, I've heard of him, yeah. I haven't actually seen, I've seen pictures of his
He
work.
just does with
Yeah, he does, yeah. So I'm just being very random with it. And this one's, I'll do the copper. I usually do my white and my gold last, although this one's got a few iridescent colours anyway. So.
And how long does it take to dry?
It's sort of touch dry in 8 hours, but you really wouldn't handle it much for 24 hours. Then you can move it. But if you were ever sending it somewhere, you'd leave it for 3 or 4 days so that it hardens up a bit more.
And that would be temperature dependent. So Gayle does all her stuff in an air-conditioned studio.
Yeah,
But
I don't usually
crank
do
up
it.
the temperature a bit and it's all faster.
I don't usually do it outside.
You needed to know that.
Yes, of course we did.
Northern Hemisphere or Southern Hemisphere?
So next I'm going to do the white. I like to do the white last because the white is the one that gives you the lacing, that beautiful lacing. I mean, the other colours lace a bit, but the white in particular. So now I'm going to tilt the board.
I was wondering if you tilted or spun it around or something.
You tilt it to, you want, because I want the resin to flow over the sides.
The board has been routed so that the corner, it's not a sharp corner at the edge. And it's rounded so that it flows over easier.
Do you do the boards for him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does, yeah. I get bunny.
Very lucky.
I know. That's why I'm keeping him. Hope he keeps me.
You get Bunnings what? You said I get Bunnings and then you stop.
Yeah, Bunnings. I get Bunnings to cut it into squares or rectangles, and John takes it up to his brother's place, who's got a fabulous workshop and lots of tools, and he does them in the rounds. But if you ever do this at home, and you aren't lucky enough to have a husband or a friend that will cut the circles for you, unless you can do it yourself. Some people can do it themselves. Go to the men's shed. The men's shed are really wonderful for doing things like that. So now I'm going to torch it. Hope it works. It was working this morning.
So that one or this one?
No, this one. So first of all, I just do this all over. This pops the bubbles, and it also helps with the lacing. One thing I should have done is bring a level with me and level it off. Because if it's not level, all your paint will drip off the sides. But to assist with the lacing, if you tilt the board whilst you're doing this, and don't leave it in one spot for too long, because you don't want to burn the resin. If you have a really big board, it's a good idea to have someone to help you with the tilting. So now I'll just keep doing this for a while, and you'll see more lacing developing. How's it going? So it's not tilting up, dripping over. One of the things of doing it outside is you get more bugs and things like that. I normally do it inside at home, as John just said before, because you don't want to get suicidal flies or things or bees in it, because they will die if they fly into it. Not lacing as much as it usually does. It's possibly because of the heat, but also because at home I also use a hairdryer first. A hairdryer or a heat gun first, and blow it around a bit. But it's enough.
So you use the hairdryer before blow?
You can use it, yes. Yeah, I'm just getting on some on the ground here. I might have to tilt this up a little bit.
It hasn't quite filled the sides on this side.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
this side.
It probably must be tilted towards this spot here, Gayle.
Okay.
Here too.
That's all right.
Oh,
Just
trying to help you.
yeah,
This is quite pretty what it's done.
Yeah.
yeah, isn't it? Yeah.
And Gayle often
Can someone
keeps
hold
those
that up
bits.
for me?
Does
Yeah,
stuff
that'd
with
be
it.
great. Yep. As I said, I should have really brought my spirit level and levelled it off first.
What up?
The table.
Make sure that the board is completely
And the
level.
table, really.
Yeah, isn't it beautiful?
Yeah,
What's
so
happening here?
It's all flowing towards you, dear.
I know. It's really pretty what's happening.
Yeah.
Now, and I also make sure all the sides are covered. So, is there any parts that are...
Yes, around here and around here.
Okay.
When
So,
you
I'm
turn
sorry.
it around, it might tip down this side of it.
I'll do that. As I said, it's easy to do at home in my,
Yeah,
in my
of course.
studio, of course.
Spot there.
So is that all covered now?
It's in here.
No.
And bits from here.
Coming down. Is that your job, John? There.
That's done now, isn't it, I think? Okay, and I'll just give it a final bit of... I'll take one... I have two pair of gloves on for this reason. I can whip one.
Did you want to disconnect and put the hairdryer on?
No, don't worry. No, it's fine. If I want more, I'll just put another layer on, but I don't mind it like that. You don't have to have lacing, a lot of lacing. I can get a bit more anyway by doing this. I think it's quite pretty, don't you think? I haven't used these colours before.
I was just going to ask you, were they? Did you work it out beforehand?
Yeah, I usually do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I just pick random colours. Quite often I do teal and blues, blues and greens. Cause that's,
downstairs here.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, like that. That's my favourite colour. But I decided I wanted some different colours today. And I actually had a workshop this morning in the Gold Coast, and I had two students, and one of them used these colours. And I thought, oh, they look good. So I hope she doesn't mind that I use the colours that she used, which I helped to pick, by the way. And they're my colours anyway. But I'm sure she won't mind. But doesn't that look pretty? Look at all that. It is, isn't it? So that's why if you keep doing this, it helps when you tilt it a little bit when you're doing the torching.
If you did exactly the same thing in a really cool air-conditioned room, you'd actually get different effects.
Yeah, like
So you can sort of do the same technique twice, but at really different temperatures. You will get different results. And there's some resin that's thicker or slower.
Yeah, some of them are thicker.
Just
The
'cause of the resin.
Del Chem from Art Free Creations is thicker, and you've got 30 minutes working time with that. I've used it, but I like them a bit more runny. But some people prefer the thicker resins. But Del Chem is a beautiful resin, by the way. It's very, very shiny. Really a lovely resin. But they're all nice. They were, just you find which ones suit you best. At the moment,